Welcome, my dear learners, for this course on engineering graphics. In our module 3, we were discussing about orthographic projection of solids. Let us move on to our problem number 9, which states that a pentagonal pyramid of 25 mm sides of base and 60 mm axis length rests on HP on one of its edges of the base, which is inclined to VP at 30 degree. Draw the projection of the pyramid when the axis is inclined to HP at 40 degree. If you clearly observe the problem, we are solving a pentagonal pyramid which is resting on HP on one of its base edges, and the same base edge is inclined to VP at 30 degree, and he is asking us to draw the projection when the axis is inclined to HP at 40 degree. Since we are inclining the axis first, later we are inclining the edge. If you plot the problem, the edge length remains same, which is 25 mm in the top view. Therefore, it is a non-beta angle problem. Let us solve this problem. Since it is resting on HP in the first position, I will make this pentagonal pyramid stand on HP without inclining to any of the planes. Since it is resting on HP in the first position, in the second position, I should show the inclination with respect to HP itself. That is, axis inclined to HP at 40 degree. In the third position, the remaining inclination is with respect to vertical plane, in which base edge is inclined to VP at an angle of 30 degree. That is, in the first position, pentagonal pyramid is standing on HP. In the second position, the axis is inclined to HP at 40 degree. In the third position, the resting base edge is inclined to VP at 30 degrees. Let us draw the XY line first. This is vertical plane and this is horizontal plane. Now, to draw the pentagonal pyramid resting with one of its edges, draw the pyramid in the top view such a way that a pentagon with edge towards right hand side. Therefore, take edge towards right hand side, draw a line of base side length, that is 25 mm. Measure 72 degrees exterior angle or 108 degrees interior angle on either side of this base. Now draw a line of 25 inclined at an angle of 72 degrees. Now measure the side length and cut arc from either side. Measuring the side length and cutting arc from either side, I will get one more corner. So join this corner. Now drop the perpendicular bisector from this corner and identify the center. To identify the one center point, draw a perpendicular bisector from any corner to the opposite edge. For this corner, this will be the opposite edge. So therefore, drawing a perpendicular bisector, I will get the center of this pyramid. Since this is a pyramid, from all the corners, draw a dark line to the center which represents the apparent triangular faces. This is the required top view of the pentagonal pyramid with corners A, B, C, D and E. For the exact position, this B and E should lie on the same straight line. Now take the projection vertically upwards. Now mark the axis first. In the top view, the axis will be O is visible, O1 base is invisible. Now the axis length is known to us, which is 60 mm. Draw 60 mm axis length. Once you mark the axis, connect to remaining corners from the apex of the axis. Finally, connect the base. In the front view, observer will be here. To the observer, corner A, B and C are visible, whereas corners D and E are invisible corners, and axis is always invisible in the front view. So if I mark the respective corners in the front view, I will get A prime, B prime is visible, E prime is invisible. Here I have O1 prime, which is always invisible, and we have C prime and invisible D prime. At the top we have O prime. Mark the dimension of the base edge and the axis. This completes the pentagonal pyramid standing on HP without inclining to any of the planes in its front view and in its top view. Now, in the second position, I should incline the axis at an angle of 40 degree to horizontal plane. If you clearly observe, the axis and the base are perpendicular to each other. Therefore, if I incline the axis at an angle of 40 degree to horizontal plane, I am having the base perpendicular to the axis with edge resting on HP. This is perpendicular 90 degree. So I can find this angle at which I should rotate the base clockwise. So this angle is nothing but, so this is the base, we have A prime. So total angles, sum of all the angles of a triangle is 180 degree. So therefore 40 degree plus 90 degree plus x is equal to 180 degree. So therefore the value of x is 50 degree. So if I rotate the base at an angle of 50 degree, automatically the axis will be inclined at an angle of 40 degree to horizontal plane. So therefore, drawing 50 degree line, on that 50 degree line plot this base line, which is nothing but A prime to C prime or D prime. So if I do that, initially mark 50 degree. Measure the base length and also note down the corners O1 prime, E prime and B prime also. I have transformed C prime, D prime, O1 prime, B prime, E prime and also A prime. Now draw a perpendicular line at point O1 prime whose length is equal to 60 mm and mark the axis. I will get the apex is O prime. From this apex, connect the remaining corners. I will get now if I measure this axis, the axis will be inclined at an angle of 40 degree to horizontal plane. Now take the projection vertically downwards and also from horizontal, mark all the corners. Marking the corresponding corners, I will get A, B, C, D and E. The center is O1 and O. In the top view, observer will be here. For the observer, the farthest corners are C prime and D prime. All the edges emerging from C prime and D prime are invisible except they lie on the boundary of the pyramid. The boundary of the pyramid is A, B, O, E and again A. Let us mark the boundary of the pyramid to avoid the confusion of invisible edges. It is A to B, B to O and O to E. This completes the boundary of the pyramid. The edges moving from the farthest corners to the observer are B prime to C prime, C prime to D prime, D prime to E prime, C prime to O prime and D prime to O prime. Now if I observe, B to C is not on the boundary, so mark it as invisible edge. C to D is also not on the boundary, mark it as invisible edge. Now D to E is also not on the boundary, mark it as invisible edge. Finally, C to O, that is also not on the boundary, mark it as invisible. And D to O, that is also not on the boundary, mark it as invisible. So all the edges are marked as invisible because none of them are coming on the boundary of the pyramid. Finally, you mark the axis, dashed lines with dot in between. This completes the top view of the pyramid in its second position. Moving on to our third position, it clearly states that the resting base edge is inclined to VP at 30 degree. The resting base edge is C prime, D prime. Here we have C and D. So if you measure the length of C to D and the first position C to D, the length remains same. The length is 25 mm. Here also C to D is 25 mm. Here also edge CD is 25 mm. Therefore, no need to construct the beta angle since the length is not changing. We have the true length with us. Therefore, directly incline CD at an angle of 30 degree to vertical plane. If I do that, I am going to get, if I draw 30 degree line and place it on that 30 degree line, the diagram might enter the vertical plane. Therefore, offset the XY line by certain amount, draw a parallel line to XY line and take 30 degree to that offset line. Whereas the offset line and XY line are parallel to each other. Now using 30-60 set square, draw a 30 degree line. Now mark 25 mm, which is the length of CD on this 30 degree line. Marking CD, which is equal to 25 mm, I transform the corners D and C, whose length is 25 mm, inclined an angle of 30 degree to VP. On this line, you reconstruct the entire diagram. Now, to this CD, O1O is perpendicular. Therefore, transfer this O1O O1 and O. Mark the axis O1, O. Now, using compass, measure O1 to E and D to E, cut arc. Measure O1 to B, C to B, cut arc and transfer the corners. That is, measure O1 to E and O1 to B and transfer. Similarly, measure D to E and C to E. also measure C to B. Thereby I transferred corners E and corner B. Now measuring E to A and B to A, transfer it. I transferred corner A also. Now connect all the corners with visible and invisible edges and finish the drawing. If I do that, I'll get this completes the transferring of this top to second position, in which the resting edge C prime D prime, that is CD, is inclined an angle of 30 degree to vertical plane. Now take the projection vertically upwards and also from horizontal. If I do that, I'll get now mark all the corners. I'll get A prime, E prime, D prime, C prime and B prime. The centers are O1 prime and O prime. First, you mark the axis with dashed lines, dots in between. Now, in the front view, observer will be here. For the observer, the farthest base corner is D. From this farthest base corner D, all the edges emerging are invisible except they lie on the boundary of the pyramid. And also for the observer, the base is completely visible. First, let us mark the boundary of the pyramid. Thereby, we can inspect the invisible edges. The boundary will be O to A, A to E, E to D, D to C, and C to B, finally B to O. This completes the boundary marking of the pyramid. Now if I inspect D to E according to a rule, but it is coming on the boundary, it must be visible, and also for the observer, the base is completely visible. D to C is also coming on the boundary, it is also visible. The only invisible edge from the farthest base corner to the observer is D to O, mark it as invisible. D to O as invisible. Connect the remaining edges, that is A to B. Now, drawing the longer edges, it is clear that E to O is also invisible according to our second rule, common lines cannot cross over. Therefore, mark E prime O prime as invisible, and also C prime O prime is also invisible. This completes the given problem in which the pentagonal pyramid is resting on HP with one of its base edge. The base edge is C prime D prime, and also initially we have marked D to O as invisible from our rule. Edges emerging from farthest corner to the observer are invisible except they lie on the boundary of the pyramid. D to O is the only edge emerging from farthest corner D to the observer in the front view without passing on the boundary of the pyramid. Using our second condition, common lines cannot cross over. You can observe here, since base is completely visible and AB is closest to the observer, AB must be visible. Now E to O is crossing over, therefore E prime O prime is invisible. C to O is also crossing over, therefore C prime O prime is also invisible. So here one is visible, another one is invisible. Here also A prime B prime is visible, C prime O prime is invisible. As usual, I have used same color for these two front views, which means that these two are in same dimensions. For these two top views, I have used the same color, therefore these two are in same dimensions. That's all from this lecture. Thank you.